I don't even think I was number one. I think I was two, which is cool. But I just don't like 1A, 1B, 1C, 1. Like, just pick.
Myself, I didn't make the damn list. What's going on? Excuse my language. That's crazy. I play Division II college basketball. I'm a legit hooper. I don't just do this YouTube shit for fun. I actually hoop. So not to be on that list is kind of like disrespectful.
Pascal something.
There's like a lot of people missing. I would say Marcellus Howard could definitely hoop. He played college ball. AJ Lapray can hoop.
AJ Lapray, 94 overall, NBA resemblance. Larry Bird. Yo, the only reason he picked Larry Bird is because I'm white and I'm wearing the same colors as the Celtics in this picture.
Hey, what's good, 10K gang? Now, today's video, I'm going to be bringing you guys my top 10 best basketball YouTubers list. You know, I decided to make this video just because I've been seeing a lot of YouTubers reactions on the previous top 10 YouTubers basketball list, and it seemed like nobody was really happy with the type of ranking they got and all types of stuff. So, you know, I just want to bring you guys this video and just give y'all the real list and NBA comparison, because y'all know I don't play, and I'm going to give y'all guys the actual NBA players I feel like that really play similar to the certain YouTubers I chose for my top 10 list. And just to let you guys know, man, this is going to be very accurate. I'm not finna be comparing these guys to no Kyrie Irving, Kawhi Leonard, you know, LeBron James. I'm not doing all that. I'm going to be doing this the most legit way and going to be comparing these YouTubers to the certain NBA players I feel like they play similar to their game. But before I start this video, make sure you guys go follow me on Instagram at _the_only_Wallace, and also go subscribe to my second channel called TK Wallace Vlogs. I will put both of those links in the description below so you guys can go check it out. Now let's get to the video. So first, for the number 10 spot, Jesser the Lazer. Yes, Jesser has made my number 10 spot. And honestly, he's definitely well deserved for the number 10 spot because, you know, he's really a good basketball player. When you just watch him play, he's an outstanding shooter, and throughout the years he has played really good competition, such as playing different high school players, and you know, he's affiliated with Ballers Life and 2 Hype, so of course he got the connects. And honestly, Jesser really has showed me a lot with his game, and that's why when you look at his attribute chart, I gave him a B for his finishing, such as an 86 overall. I gave him a B for his mid-range shot, which is also an 84 overall. I gave him a B plus for his three-pointer shot, which is an 87 overall. I gave him a B for his handles, which is an 84, B minus for his defense, C plus for his strength, and a B for his rebound. Jesser's total overall is an 86, and his NBA comparisons is Kevin Huerter from the Atlanta Hawks, and also Dante DiVincenzo from the Milwaukee Bucks. Now let's move to number 9. So who's next? Ty the guy. So here's the thing. I really like Ty's game just because he's very versatile. It's really hard to guard him because you really don't know what he's going to do. He likes to shoot the ball a lot, and on top of that, he can dribble the ball extremely well and get past his defender, and he likes to drive in also. So it's just like, he's really versatile, and that's why when you look at his attribute chart, I gave Ty a A- for his finishing, which is a 90 overall. I gave him a B for his mid-range shot, which is an 83. I gave him a B plus for his three-pointer, which is an 87. I also gave him a B plus for his handles, which is an 86. He has a B for his defense, a B plus for his strength, and an A for his rebounding. So after saying all that, Ty official overall is an 87, and his NBA comparisons will be Karis LeVert from the Brooklyn Nets, and also Tim Hardaway Jr. from the Dallas Mavericks. Now let's go to number 8 on my list. So who's number 8? Jeremy Jones. Now, Jeremy Jones, we all know who Jeremy Jones is, man. I really don't even have to explain his game because I'm pretty sure y'all been watching Jeremy Jones for how long? You know, since the Kick Genius days. Jeremy Jones is a real established player just because he can score multiple ways on the court. It's not really easy to stay in front of him. You know, his strong shoot is the mid-range shot, but he do lacks three-pointers. That's why I did downgraded his three-pointers a little bit, because watching Jay Jones throughout the years, he always really struggled throughout, you know, shooting the three-pointer. I gave Jeremy a A- for his finishing, which is a 91 overall. I gave him a B plus for his mid-range, which is an 86 overall. I gave him a B minus for his 3-pointer, which is an 81 overall. I gave him an A for his handles, that's a 93. And his defense is an A, his strength is an A minus, and his rebounding is a B minus. So Jeremy's total overall is an 87. And also just looking at his chart, I really feel like it's really solid for his game. And that's why his NBA comparisons I gave him, which is Eric Bledsoe from the Milwaukee Bucks and also Kendrick Nunn from the Miami Heat. Okay, now, so moving on to number 7. Who's number 7? Marcellus Howard. Now here's the thing, Marcellus, I really like his game, man. Marcellus is very, very crafty, man. Like, honestly, that's the perfect word for Marcellus. Crafty. This guy game is straight craftiness. And when you just watch his game, Marcellus is a very, very dominant point guard. Even though he's not that tall, he still knows how to maneuver himself around his defenders, and he also knows how to use his body against his defenders. Because look, he might not have the height, but he is kind of big and swole. So, you know, Marcellus, he definitely know what he be doing when he's on the court. And on top of that, he can shoot the ball very, very well. So when you look at his attribute chart, I gave Marcellus an A minus for his finishing, which is a 92 overall. I gave him a B plus for his mid-range shot, which is an 86 overall. I gave him a B for his 3-pointer, which is an 85. I gave him an A for his handles, which is a 93 overall. And his defense is a B. His strength is a B plus, and his rebounding is a C plus. So to sum all this up, Marcellus' total overall is an 88. And his NBA comparisons is Isaiah Thomas, who is currently a free agent, and also Trey Burke, who plays for the Philadelphia 76ers. Now let's move on to number 6. So who's number 6? Tristan Jass. Now here's the thing. Tristan and Marcellus play very, very similar. So honestly, they're kind of together. That's why I gave both of them an 88 overall. And I recently did a video on Tristan Jass. If you guys have not seen that video, I will put it in the description below, or you can just go look it up. I recently posted that, and I really did explain Tristan Jass' game very, very well. So you guys should go check that out. But just looking at Tristan Jass' attribute chart, I gave him an A minus for his finishing, which is a 92 overall. I gave him a B plus for his mid-range shot, which is an 87. I gave him a B plus for his 3-pointer, that's an 88. I gave him an A for his handles, that's a 93. And his defense is a B, his strength is a B plus, and his rebounding is a B. So just looking at his attribute chart, this is very solid for Tristan Jass' game. And once again, I want you guys to go check out my previous video I did on Tristan, because I really did break down his game very, very well. So the NBA comparison I gave Tristan Jass is Darius Garland from the Cleveland Cavaliers and also Fred VanVleet from the Toronto Raptors. Now let's move on to number 5. Who's number 5? Filet. You already know, man. Filet. That guy, Jesse Jones, man, he's number 5. Yes, Jesse is my number 5. And the reason for that is, you know, of course, he plays professional in Canada for the St. John Edge, so he's been doing his thing. And on top of that, he's been averaging a cool 12 points. Man, Jesse really has been giving out buckets. And all I can do is support him, and I just really like his game. Been watching him for so long, bro. Like, we all know what Filet can bring to the table. Like, let's get real. So looking at his attribute chart, I gave Filet a A minus for his finishing, which is a 91 overall. I gave him a B plus for his mid-range shot, which is an 88 overall. I gave him a B plus for his 3-pointer, that's an 87. I gave him an A for his handles, that's a 93. I gave him a B plus for his defense, a B plus for his strength, and also I gave him a B plus for his rebounding. So Filet, he definitely is a total overall solid player, and that's why his NBA comparison is Chris Dunn, who plays for the Chicago Bulls, and also Colin Sexton, who plays for the Cleveland Cavaliers. So Jesse Jones' total overall is an 87. And one more YouTuber I wanted to add with Jesse Jones is Famous Los. I wanted to put Famous Los with him just because we all know Famous Los is a hooper. In Famous Los NBA comparison, I compared him to Dennis Schroeder and Quinn Cook. But I want you guys to leave your comments and opinions below on how y'all feel about Famous Los being around, you know, the 5 spot. But let's move on to the next. So who's number 4? Number 4 is Duke Dennis. Now, honestly, I really like Duke Dennis' game, man. This guy, he is so aggressive, man, on offense and defense. This guy will give you a bucket. Outstanding shooter, He plays very, very good defense. He know how to create his own shot. He can shoot the mid-range. Duke Dennis is a very good player. It's not easy to guard him, and on top of that, it's really not easy to stop him because he know what he's doing for sure, for sure. Now, just looking at his attribute chart, I gave Duke a A- for his finishing, which is a 90 overall. I gave him a B+ for his mid-range shot, which is an 87. I gave him a B+ for his three-pointer, that's an 88. I gave him a B+ for his handles, that's an 86. He got an A for his defense, an A- for his strength, and an A- for his rebounding. We all know Duke Dennis is kind of big, so he got some size on him. In his NBA comparison, I compared him to Spencer Dinwiddie, who plays for the Brooklyn Nets, and also Dwayne Bacon, who plays for the Charlotte Hornets. Now, as you can see, I picked Spencer Dinwiddie as his offensive wise and Dwayne Bacon as in defensive wise. And Duke Dennis total overall is also a 89. Now, moving on to the last three. So number three on my list is AJ Lapray. Now, we all know AJ played D1 ball. He played at Pepperdine, and he also played at Rice University. And of course, he was getting buckets, but he suffered a concussion, which kind of ruined his basketball career. And that's how, you know, he ended up becoming a YouTuber and stuff like that. But just watching AJ game, bro, AJ is something serious, bro. Like, let's get serious. This guy is something serious. If he didn't get injured, come on now, this guy definitely would be overseas right now or playing in the G League or something. Now, just looking at his attribute chart, I gave him an A- for his finishing, which is a 90. I gave him a B+ for his mid-range, which is an 88. I gave him an A- for his three, that's a 90. I gave him a B+ for his handles, that's an 87. He got a B+ for defense, a B+ for strength, and also a B for rebounding. So for AJ's NBA comparison, I compared him to Luke Kennard, who currently plays for the Detroit Pistons, and I also compared him to Josh Hart, who plays for the New Orleans Pelicans. And AJ's total overall is an 89. Now, moving on to the last two, here's the thing about this. I honestly don't know who's my number one, so I want you guys to decide who's y'all number one. Now, for my number two spot, I put Christopher London. Now, we all know Christopher London is around 6'10", 6'11". This guy has an NBA body, like literally. He played college ball. If he didn't get injured, Christopher London most likely would be in the league or playing overseas somewhere. Like, let's just be real. And just watching his game, he's very explosive, man. He dunks the ball at ease, of course, but you know, Christopher London, he really is athletic. Even though he's very, very tall, he is still athletic. Just watch how he be dunking the ball and stuff like that, man. This guy is very, very explosive, and he definitely got some fire behind him, including that shot he has, because he can shoot the three-pointer very well and shoot mid-range and stuff like that. But just looking at his attribute chart, so for Christopher London, I gave him an A- for his finishing, which is a 90 overall. I gave him a B+ for his mid-range shot, which is an 86. I gave him a B+ for his three-pointer, that's an 86. I gave him a B for his handles, that's an 84. I gave him an A for his defense, an A- for his strength, and an A+ for his rebounding. So the NBA players I compared him to is Danilo Gallinari, who plays for the OKC Thunder, and also Michael Porter Jr., who currently plays for the Denver Nuggets. And I gave LSK a total overall 89. Now, the last person on my list, you already know who it is. King Soul, aka SoLLUMINATI. Now, SoLLUMINATI is my number one player on my list. Some of y'all might not agree, but SoLLUMINATI is a very, very dominant player, man. This guy's about, 6'6", 6'7". He has an NBA body. He can shoot the ball extremely well. He's really explosive. You know, he shows his hops and his athleticism all the time. You can just tell if SoLLUMINATI would just take basketball seriously or just stay committed, just like how he used to, just imagine how much way better he would be right now. He don't even take basketball serious, and he's already really, really good. So, you know, that alone already shows you. But honestly, it's really hard for me to decide who's number one, SoLLUMINATI or Christopher London. And, you know, there's a reason why they haven't played yet, because maybe they're probably the best two YouTubers right now. But just looking at SoLLUMINATI's attribute chart, I gave him an A- for his finishing, which is a 90 overall. I gave him a B+ for his mid-range shot, which is an 86. I gave him a B+ for his three-pointer, that's an 88. I gave him a B+ for his handles, 86 overall. He has an A for his defense, a B+ for his strength, and an A- for his rebounding. And SoLLUMINATI's total overall is an 89 overall. And last but not least, the NBA players that I compared SoLLUMINATI to, y'all won't believe this. I compared SoLLUMINATI to RJ Barrett, who plays for the New York Knicks, and also Rodney Hood, who plays for the Portland Trailblazers. I want you guys to leave your comments and opinions below on how y'all feel about this top 10 YouTuber basketball list. I think you guys should watch it. If you make sure you like and subscribe, make sure you press the notification button. TK Gang, we out.